Hey everyone, welcome to another tutorial with me. This one is in my dining room because all I am doing today is a wood grain on this tumbler. As you can tell, it has some discoloration. I spray painted over, but hopefully the browns that are underneath will kind of help with the wood grain. I'm using two colors of alcohol ink today because I'm going to be doing a double layer. I have my 631 that I cut designs out on my Cameo with, and I'm going to be using them for the tutorial today. So hopefully my kids don't get in the way too much, and hopefully they're good to me. But I use this type of brush. I'm not sure what it's called. I know it has the thicker bristles. As you can tell, I've already done wood grain with it. I'll be using butterscotch for the lower layer for the lighter color underneath the dark, and then I'll be using teakwood for the top color. So for wood grains, it's very simple. You're just going to take your alcohol ink, and actually I will be right back. Let me grab a paper plate, so give me 1 second. There we go. Now I feel like I'm more prepared. So I have my paper plate just in case I need it. Normally I don't need it, but that way I have somewhere to put my brush down. So I'm just going to open my inks to prep them. So, and the butterscotch is more of a like a tannish yellowish color, so that's why I wanted it as the base. And then the teakwood is a very rich dark color. I've already used it on one of my wood grains, and I really love the way that it turned out. So these are really simple to do. You're going to want to coat your tumbler with a white base, and that just so because the inks are dye based, so they're gonna need that white. So let's see if I can move y'all to where you can see better. Okay, let me see if I'm turning on the light. Visible. Whoop. And see, that's what happens whenever I bump tables and stuff. So I hope y'all can see better now. I am so sorry for dropping y'all. Let me tighten this, that way that doesn't happen again. Get y'all nice and set up. And I just put it on my hand like this. So first, all I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with some basic lines of the ink on here, and then I'm going to take my brush, and I'm just going to spread it. And this brush is losing bristles. I can see the bristles. And as you can see, like, I just spread it out, and then I'm going to take it and do more. Just do a small line there, and that will bleed, blend into that part. I'm not sure if y'all can see that well, what I'm doing. So, and I'm just going to do this the entire way around the tumbler. So, and I mean, this technique is probably one of my favorites. I just finished making my husband a Jack Daniels one, and he absolutely loved it. So this one, I haven't done a two-tone yet, so I was really wanting to get this one done. And like you can really see, I don't know if you can really see that or not, the wood grain look taking effect with this lighter color. And I'm going to drop y'all again. If I don't watch what I'm doing, I need to really. It's a good thing those inks dry fast. It just rolled across my table. So I'm going to, just like I said, keep going around. And it's going to try and move around the cup, but and I really like this as a base coat for the teak wood, for these colors to come out on, or for these designs to come out on. So this, and whenever I see any white spots, all I do is I just take the ink and I put it on that white spot, and then I just kind of spread it like that, and it covers the white spots and adds a little more dimension to the wood grain. And then I'm just going to keep going around the cup, letting it. And usually I wear gloves when I do this, but my gloves don't go up this far. So I'm going to have inks on my arm. Give myself some more freckles today. Just totally fine. And I do the bottom of the cup. And the reason I use these brushes is because they give it that effect of wood grain. And I'm just going to keep going around the cup. I like doing the shorter lines because I get more of a wood grain effect from it. Every now and again I'll do the long line, and that's for the longer grains, but the short grains are one of my favorites, just because what I can do is the top of this has some white spots, so I can just put some alcohol ink up there, and then I can take it and I can dab it to the edge and then drag it down to where it adds into there. I don't really know if y'all can see this that well. And it gives it that wood grain effect. Let me see if I switch y'all to this side with the natural light. So right there is where I just did. So yeah, I'll keep y'all on the natural light side. Oh yeah, there you go. That's a lot better of lighting. And we'll just keep going around the cup. Now, whenever you do your wood grains, you're gonna, before you epoxy them, you're gonna want to seal them with like a clear coat. I use the Rust-Oleum. I have heard that some people's cups are turning green. My husband's turned green after I sprayed his with the clear coat, but once it dried, it went back brown. It just, now it gives it that rustic look to it. I'll show you his cup here in a minute. Let me see if I can grab it. Do not mind the small mess of dishes I have behind me. So this is his cup that I done. His is done in espresso, and it's only one color of alcohol ink. So, ooh, I'm getting alcohol ink everywhere. Ooh. Okay, we're gonna put down this washcloth. Maybe I won't get it everywhere anymore. So any white spots that I see, I'm just gonna put a dab of ink in there, and I'm going to work the inks to where it gives it that wood grain effect. Ooh, something stuck in my throat. And like I said, I'm just putting enough ink to really just, and then I'm dragging it into the other ink to where it gives it that effect that it's bleed, you know, into the other one, and it just really gives it that wood look. So just like that. And alcohol inks dry really, really fast. And I had just actually went over the spots that were brownish and yellowish under the white, and I can't tell that they were there anymore. So that's good. So go ahead and just, and I'll go ahead and walk y'all through how to create a knot. I do have a knot on my husband's cup. I'm going to want to do it with a darker color though, not this lighter color, because this lighter color is going to get covered whenever after I put my decals on. Not right now, baby. Mommy's busy. Not right now, baby. Go on. I'll show it to you after I'm done, okay? All right, go on. So as you can see, it's starting to come together. I do have darker spots over here from the ink, and I'm pretty sure that's because I had a brown base underneath this white base. And that's just from playing with my India inks to see if they did the same thing as the alcohol inks with the wood grain effect. They do not. Just to let y'all know, they do not do the same thing as the alcohol inks with wood grain. Like if you want wood grain, your best bet is to go with alcohol inks. India inks are they're pigment based, so they're heavier, they're denser, and they're not going to give you that same effect. Now I do have other tutorials up showing what I do with India inks, and they are gorgeous, gorgeous colors and amazing, and I love using them, but they do not work for this technique at all. All right, so now all I'm going to do is I'm going to go around the cup, and I do have some white spots. So I'm just going to cover these white spots as best I can. Like I said, a decal is going to go on these, and then I'm going to do another layer of different color, darker alcohol ink. So it's okay if I don't cover all the white spots, because there will be another color going on here. So there we go. So my light base is done. I'm going to go ahead and do the bottom real quick. And I put way too much on there, but that's okay, because I'll just drag it over the side and create another wood grain effect with it, as you can see. So I'm dragging the extra ink over and kind of brushing it down, making it look like it's part of the design. And there we are. So the bottom of the cup is now done. Give this about 5 minutes, because it's pretty dry. This is my first time ever doing a multicolored wood grain, so I have no idea how it's going to turn out. None at all. So I'm really kind of nervous about it, but I'm also pretty excited about it. So now I'm just going to put it, my bottoms are already dry, so I'm just going to put it down on my paper plate real quick, and I'm going to grab my vinyls and I'm going to place them. And this is 631, so it's not permanent vinyl. So I'm just going to place them somewhere. I'm going to place this one right here. And you want to smooth it out as much as possible because you're going to want none of your other alcohol ink color to get under there. So just smooth it on there. And then I'm going to take my other one and I'm going to do it on the opposite side. So that one is right there. So I'm going to take this one and I'm going to put it directly across from it. So, and I'm going to make sure all of the bubbles are out of that one as well. I already got ink on me. Guys, I have ink on me already. Alrighty. So both of them, they're not perfect, but that's okay. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and close up my butterscotch because I am done with the butterscotch. I'm going to take my teakwood and I'm going to start applying it on my cup. And I'm going to put it over this decal. And I'm going to start just making the wood grain with the darker color. And it's going to mesh with the lighter color, but that's okay. I'm kind of excited about this because it's starting, I can already tell it's going to be really cool looking. And I'm just going to go around the entire cup again like I did with the butterscotch. And I want to make sure that I cover all of the butterscotch because the only parts of butterscotch I want is going to be what's underneath the decal. So, and maybe the bottom of the cup. I haven't really decided. So I'm just going to cover all of this butterscotch with this teakwood. And this is the most tedious process of this entire cup, is getting the wood grain effect on it. And going around, because I mean, if you want longer grains, you can just put longer grains on it. But me personally, I like the longer and the shorter grains. It gives it more of that effect for me. And then I'll also be adding a knot, which is also pretty tedious, depending on how big you want your knot, how apparent you want your knot. Like I'll show you my husband's knot. It's right there. So. And I mean, you can already tell that it's darker than the rest of the cup. It's blending in with the butterscotch really, really beautifully. Now, like I've said, I've never done a two-tone wood grain before, so this is my learning process with y'all. The reason I'm recording it, because if it works, then obviously I will post it. If it doesn't work, then I will be deleting this tutorial and try again another day. Because that's how it works. We don't know what we are capable of until we try. So if you've been on the fence about trying to create a tumbler, the best advice I can give to you is just go for it. You'll never know what you can do until you try. For me, the India inks, I could not find tutorials on those inks anywhere, which is why I decided to start making tutorials, because India ink tutorials are really hard to find. I know these are alcohol inks and you can probably find these tutorials everywhere, but I didn't just want to limit my tutorials to India inks. I didn't just want to limit myself to one technique. I wanted to learn all the techniques. And if I can teach y'all and, you know, do these types of videos and learn with y'all, then that's what I want to do. I am so sorry about my TV, guys. My kids decided to press play on it, and I'm in the middle of recording, so I haven't had an opportunity to go over there and press pause. So I am sorry that you hear it in the background. I'm hopefully talking loud enough to where you can't really hear it and they don't flag me for it, I guess. I don't know YouTube's ideas on this whole watching TV while you're doing stuff. I've seen TV shows posted by people that they record TV shows and post them to YouTube. I've never done it. This is going to be my third tutorial on YouTube. So like I said, I'm really loving the way this is turning out. I'm almost around the cup. I haven't decided yet. I think I am going to do the bottom of the cup, the darker color, just because it'll look out of place down there. Being a lighter color like that compared to the rest of the cup. But we shall see. And I mean, these cups really don't take that much alcohol ink. I know it looks like I'm putting a whole bunch on, but this is my second wood grain cup with teak wood, and I'm still pretty high up in the bottle with how much I have left. So like I said, I'm really excited to see. I hope my vinyl doesn't pull up the wood grain underneath it. Like I said, I've never done this technique before. I've watched a few videos on it, but no one ever said to seal between coats. And I wanted I didn't want to seal because I didn't want to chance my butterscotch turning green. Okay, I'm on my last little thread, and then I'm going to go around, make sure I don't have any lighter colors peeking through of the butterscotch. I'm going to do my bottom, and then we will get the vinyls pulled up and see how it looks. Be sure to subscribe. I will be uploading new tutorials every week. If there's a tutorial you want to see me do that I haven't done, let me know. I would be happy to do them. Like I said, I'm learning with you guys. I have not done every technique of cup yet. I'm learning. I'm having fun learning. I still got to do a knot. I almost forgot about my knot. So just doing the bottom of the cup now. Making it kind of flow with the rest of the cup. There we go. Okay, so for the knot, I'm going to put it under the hunter. So for the knot, let's see if I can angle y'all down anymore at all. So for the knot, let me put this underneath. All you do is you hold your cup level as possible, and you drop your ink onto it. And you just let it kind of spread out on its own, and then you're going to take your brush and spread it out very, very lightly. So it's not just a perfect circle. This is how I personally do knots. I've watched several videos on knots, and everyone kind of has their own way of doing them, really. So there's the start of my knot, and then I'm going to take another drop. I'm going to drop it in the middle of it and kind of let it spread out, and then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm not going to let it leave that circle. So there's the knot. And now I'm going to do one more dot in the center. And kind of dab it. And now I'm going to take the outer edge of it and kind of drag it out a little bit. So there's my knot. It's not a huge knot. I didn't want it to be a huge knot. I didn't want it to be too parent of a knot. I cannot get this camera to look right. So I'm going to show you guys as best I can. Maybe all over here. There is my knot right there. It's kind of bigger than I wanted it to be, but that's okay. So the cup is pretty much dry now. So I'm going to use my nails. Peel up the vinyl very, very softly because I don't want it to pull up the wood grain, but you can start seeing the color underneath. And like I said, I don't want to pull too fast because it is pulling up some of my wood grain, but it's not pulling up enough to make it apparent. This is why I use the 631. It's not permanent. It was hard to pull up, but there we go. That is looking pretty good. And now I'm going to do the same over here with my deer head. I'm going to go from the bottom though, because the antlers would probably be. All right, start pulling it up. There we go. So we have a two-tone wood grain tumbler. So that is my tutorial for today. I'm going to seal this later today, probably, and then epoxy it at some point. But this was the process I wanted to show you, is getting the two-tone down. And I really like the way it looks. I love the wood in wood look. Looks like it was kind of carved into there. I'm really excited about it. I like the deer head more than the hunter. But this is pretty much it. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment below. Hit the subscribe button. I will be uploading new tutorials as often as possible. Well, every Tuesday. If you have any tutorials you would like to see me do, let me know. I'm branching out what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, and hopefully soon I will have lots of tutorials for you guys. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. And as always, let me know in the comments if you have any questions. I will talk to you guys.